Here you have Mr. Brown, Strangeways prison.
He then joined the prison service here at Manchester in 1952 until he was promoted in August
1980.
as a senior officer. He has now been disestablished and re-engaged as an officer here at this prison. I will now ask the regional director on behalf of Her Majesty to present the Imperial Service Medal to Mr. Whittle.
Respect to the man for earning his medal. All due respect. You've got to look, these are screws. Not army, these are screws that are doing. There you go. I'll have come across a lot of these screws. This is 1990. Slop out. This is before riots because there's no cages on ends at wings. And as soon as I see which wing, one at wings, I'll tell you. Oh, B wing. This is up on YPs. That's D wing they're going at down there. Oh no, that's centre. Yeah, the leaving. Yeah, that's centre office. Sorry, I thought it was D wing office. There's a little office like that on D wing. And slopped out, look. See, screw look at him then.
Names that generations of prisoners have given to the prison officer, as he is officially known.
Look, the whole nick slopping out you can see on other wings, so I'll do it same. They're going down for breakfast and others are slopping out. Look, these are coming up.
It is the nature of their unique job. They are men who lock other men away.
This is why it were easy fought riots.
Daily prison population of 1,600. Over 250 officers are required in Strangeways.
Here too, here, look, that's induction wing.
Their uniforms, discipline, camaraderie, and command structure.
Yeah.
Denotes the status of the basic grade prison officer. There are some 200 known as blue collars.
See that centre grill? Cons can't step on that grill at all. Look at him. Dog getting onto him. Have you had a shave, lad? Mr. Brown. But this man was a war hero.
So whatever you see or hear, and you go out tonight with your wife or your friends to drink, be extremely careful who's next door to you. Because it might be a reporter looking for a story.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give them.
You could give him a story or two, couldn't you, Mr. Brown?
Keep it to yourself. The other thing is, while you're here,
He were an animal to screws as well.
start the way you mean to go on. Inmates are
That hair's coming off, mate, for starters.
It's your authority and you must exert your authority. Your job from now on is to care for people. And let me say quite frankly to you, if you think you've come to the prison service to lock people up and unlock people, then you're in the wrong job. We are not here to lock people up or to unlock them. We are here to care for them and to look after them and see that they have what they are entitled to and help them wherever we can. That is going to be your job for the next 30 odd years.
Yeah,
That is what we are
of course it is.
I mean, I don't come to this place.
Rehabilitation's a fucking joke.
Wonderful and get people to like me. I don't come here. I come here.
17-year banged up behind door.
I try and do my job.
Not one day of it, rehabilitation.
It's not my problem. Because he's the person who got himself into this jam, not me.
So, yeah, there you go, look. A2. Just going down. Look, get your fucking shirts done up. Have you had a shave? That's what it were like when they were walking down landing. And if they thought you hadn't had a shave, they'd send you back. Make you have a shave before you went down.
Taking people to classes, taking people to be seen by the government. It's not sort of difficult, but it's time consuming.
Look at it. Got smashed to bits in riots, 90. This is 1980, long before riots, 10 years behind. But it were already brewing here because of these animals. These screws were proper animals.
You can have a nice easy day, as it were, when nothing much happens, and then something happens. You may get
Nice easy day, my fucking ass. Excuse the swearing, I'm sorry. I forget what I'm doing sometimes.
the rehabilitator now who's been coming here before I was born, and had every professional advice and help and
Professional help and advice. Don't talk stupid. Where's mine? I've not had one day yet, me. Not one day.
instill some sort of
And
very, very difficult. A thankless job. If somebody wanted from the outside world, as I call it,
well,
they said to me, what can we do to help?
do to help. Don't talk stupid. What a clown. I'm sorry, folks, but I'm just going to have to jump off that a second while I come in here and pick this up. And I'm sorry about that, people, but couldn't be helped.
And it's now and again, all right, he may turn out, he may seem to be a little bit on the high side. But I think it's just a backlash against it.
I've never heard
They do run it,
so much rubbish
the left-wing MPs who seem to have
in all my life.
had for a few years now. And don't forget, the people that we're controlling have failed to live in a normal society. But they will not fail in our society. Because we will exercise control and discipline, which always sounds like a dirty word to the people outside. We will exercise control and discipline, and we will ensure
See these people,
they behave themselves in here.
when you listen to him, he's constantly going on about discipline and that. And that's because they're all ex-soldiers and everything. But the people they're dealing with are boys. Borstal boys.
A similar amount of overtime. Chief officers, 11,000. But there has been a growth of discontent felt by some basic grade prison officers, which has led to the possibility of a breakaway blue-collar union. This has not gone unnoticed by
Look at it.
an officer in Strangeways. Chief officer
You look up and down these wings and you think, wow.
the second to the officers
Look at that centre, shining. The only man ever to stand on that centre and talk to chief officer is Frankie Fraser. But that were down on G-Wing. This is up on YP's, this. YP's and Borstal Boys.
John Sutton is the man at the centre of this challenge to the local prison establishment. His career and reputation are now on the line. Sutton's task is a formidable one: to convince enough blue-collar officers at Strangeways and other prisons that their best interests lie with him and the new union.
In 1980, compulsory overtime, in my opinion, is absolutely out the window. Quarter to 8 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night on a bank holiday, absolute rubbish. Are you trying to tell me that that's reasonable? Charles Dickens wrote books about that.
John, I've told you before, I'm in agreement with this. I mean, I'm a wife, I'm prepared to go in it.
You can't have your representative.
And I would say that. Well, you're
See these squirrels? Proper animals. All of them.
which has got blue colours on it. What man in his right mind can be expected to start work at 7 o'clock in the morning and work till 5:30 and to be told he'll get paid 8 3/4 hours? When we have civilians who can come in here and work on flexi hours, providing that in between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. we'll get paid for every hour in the establishment. You can't blame the NEC for that. You can only blame us. We have accepted that.
Exactly. It's up to us. You've got to be represented. Now, I don't feel that the management team can
You see, all this stuff were going on from 1980 and everything else. And on Con's side, things were brewing as well. As you saw in my previous video, the cons were already hyped up and talking about roofs coming off and all this sort of talk. So by the time it got to 87, when I were in HMP Preston, that's when we had a riot at Preston. I were on works department there, working under a painter called Mr. Brown. I believe he's dead now, cancer. Bless him, he was a good boss. I painted all wings, including A5 with Portafleck. I hated this prison. In 1976 here, it was the hottest summer we ever had recorded as well. So we'd go out on yard and bake on yard for an hour. Then you'd come back to your cell and have to strip down to your undies. You'd have lukewarm water in the cell if you were lucky. You can't get none at dinner time. You've got to wait while the next slop out. Then you've got 3 in a cell with 2 jugs. One you're going to fill with hot water. You're going to fill your bowl with hot water. But then you've got to wash yourself and your tray in that same water. So you get all sorts of spots and everything. As well as everything else you have to contend with all racketeering on wings and wheeling and dealing. But I like to get right into the thick of all that stuff. That's me all over that. Out and about, scooting about on to landings. And that's what you have to do. Your cleaners, and all your orderlies, your visits orderlies and all that sort of people. You've got to keep in touch with all them. Well, I've had all them jobs. Because all idiots are kicking off on landings and stuff. Screws are watching them. Which is pretty good for me because it means I can get on with all my fiddles.
So why us in particular? What's wrong with that?
I agree with you. I agree. We should keep calm. Because you only need an excuse. But not.
If these screws had known what were to come.
This is not Victorian. It might be a Victorian jail, but we're not Victorian damn jailers now.
Oh yeah, well, 1919, they're still saying the same things. And that's why riots kicked off. 1990 riot, main instigator was Paul Taylor.
Appeared on a local television program discussing his.
He writes poems and stuff now and runs a taxi firm.
The governor is now determined to discipline him under prison
Uh,
for which rule
I forgot the other lad's name. I'm sorry, but I'm 63 now. This is why I'm having to do these videos. So I've got history recorded for me and my stepkids and all the famous crooks and likes of Mr. Brown and all that. All these people I've met and I've witnessed them here in this jail. I've witnessed them again in other jails. Ripper, Panther, Fraser, Fred West, and that was before he topped his sin. Best thing he ever did. But technically, he's not guilty because he died before the trial. That's why he did it. And then she was devastated, Rose, because she was going to get all the flack, and rightly so, because she killed his stepdaughter while he was locked up for something else. See all the screws going off there now on the dance centre. Yeah. You walk up that same centre when you're first coming in from reception, up onto that grill.
It's taken a lot of courage, I can tell you, because I'm up against it more than anybody else. I'm so far out on a limb that if they decide to have a go, I feel that I will be standing on my own. We've got to work in conditions that
Chris, these officers are in them buildings on where old gatehouse and stuff were, where you thought there were cons shouting to you through windows. That part there will have been because that was reception. So you were shouting at cons that were in reception. Look at it, here too. Turning lights out, it must be 10. And then a screw has to come round every hour and wind the clock up on every landing to prove he's done his rounds. There's D-Wing. And that's 10 o'clock, lights out, boys. So, as you can see, people,